Dilla time. Today's song is Fuck the Police by Dilla. Let's turn this light on. It's going to be a weird one to talk about because of the state of the world currently, especially in America with the whole ICE thing, but I think, you know, makes it more relevant. So, and also I just want to talk about Dilla. This is one of my favourite Dilla songs. This is Dilla. There he is. He's got his MPC. That's what he's most known for. And he's got a donut ring around his neck there because he's most known. If you are aware of Dilla on a surface level, you probably know the album Donuts. I've got Donuts. Donuts I got. This is a box set of Donuts. It's all 45s, and each of the 45s is like shaped like a donut. That's nice, isn't it? That's cool. Donuts is an album that he made. Well, people say he made it on his deathbed while he was in the hospital for lupus. I think that's slightly not true. I can't remember the whole truth on it, but the gist of it is, of Donuts as an album is an instrumental album that he made and was released posthumously. That was beats that most of them were beats he was making for other people. There's one that's called One for Ghost, which became Whip You With a Strap off the album Fish Girl by Ghostface Killah. That's a great song. I think Lightworks is on there, and that's an MF Doom song eventually. J Dilla is mostly known as a producer, but I was introduced to J Dilla through the album J-Lib, which was a collaboration between Dilla and Madlib. And it was kind of the first time I was really aware of J Dilla. Turns out I'd been aware of his production work in other things. But the gist of the J-Lib album was every other track was, I can't remember the order, but let's say the first track was a Madlib produced track with J Dilla rapping on it, and then the second track was a Dilla track with Madlib rapping on it, and then all through the album. And on the Madlib rapping tracks, he'd have Quasimoto, which is his alias. We'll get into Quasimoto. I cannot wait to do a video about Quasimoto, so there's Quasimoto content coming. So he would have Quasimoto and things like that. Talib Kweli is on one of the Madlib rapping tracks. And on the Dilla rapping tracks, you had Detroit rappers like Frank and Dank, Guilty Simpson. Basically, it was done over the post or the internet where they just hadn't really met. But yeah, it's a classic album. It's incredible. We will talk more about J-Lib in the future. This is not about that. Dilla as a rapper, he had albums that he rapped on. I was about to pick up This Is the Diary by J Dilla. This came out posthumously, but this was his rap album that he was making while he was alive. This is not quite the same album that he would have made because there's like, yes, Trucks featuring Snoop. It's clearly recorded after he died, so it wasn't his vision, but it's still a good album. And on this album is a track called Fuck the Police. Fuck the Police. But it came out while he was alive. Fuck the Police came out while he was alive. Dilla as a rapper it basically embodied a character as a rapper. It was quite gangster rap inspired. The character, he gave it a name, and we're going to have to address this word throughout this video anyway, because it's coming up in the lyrics. It's a word I can't say, or shouldn't say. This was going to come up. So that word, he calls himself N-word man when he was rapping. So yeah, when this word's going to come up in the lyrics in a bit, I'm going to either say N-word, I'm trying to try and avoid that. I'm going to paraphrase it and just use the word that's most like it in context. I often think people fits. Sometimes that word refers specifically to black people, and in which case I might say black people. Sometimes that word refers specifically to black men, and sometimes that word is just a placeholder thing, like saying mate if you're English. Mate, what are you doing? That felt uncomfortable, didn't it? But we had to address it so we can get on with our lives. Before we go into it, let's get a little context on what this is. I'm not getting it from Wikipedia. We'll still get it secondhand, but we'll get it from a book. So, in Covent Gardens, which is where it's a place in Detroit, there is a Slum Village song that's where we come from, is a place we call Covent Garden. Covent Garden? Covent Gardens. Covent Gardens in London. James was frequently harassed by the Detroit police. Living in the suburbs just outside the city limits provided little relief, as James dealt with frequent traffic stops from suspicious state troopers and suburban cops. One police cruiser tailing his truck right into his driveway. James channeled his rage into a song, Fuck the Police, that drew its name from the NWA famed anthem. The thing that pushed James over the edge was the anonymous letters dropped on his doorstep accusing him of being a drug dealer and warning him to leave or face the consequences. The rest of this is, if you want, that book's very good. It's long, so I did the audiobook, but I read some of it and then I started getting bored and just listened to it. We've got the context. Let's get into it. So, the introduction of this song, there's like a siren going off. Listen to the song. There's a video I really like of a guy dancing to it that I'll put in the description on YouTube. If you're watching this on TikTok, hello. You've watched so much of this video on TikTok. What is your life like? So, at the start of the song, there's a siren going off saying, the views expressed on this recording are solely those of the artist and by no means do we encourage or condone violence against law officials. I'm reading this off Genius, so let's say what they say. They say this disclaimer was likely added to prevent any backlash against the record company for the song's extreme but honest and profound lyrics. Partly true, I would say. I kind of disagree about that. Obviously, it is there for that, but I am taking that introduction as read. I think he is literally saying, we don't encourage or condone violence against law officials. Let's get into it. So he says, it's for you. It's for you. This is all for all my street black people. Feel it. Did you see what happened? I paraphrased. So yeah, fuck 'em. Applaud anybody. Damn right. Now, in that bit, and I've paraphrased again, he didn't say body, that damn right, he's cut something out there, and you can tell it. Apparently, the uncensored line, according to Genius here, is applaud any that bucked them. Because we could lose a few of them, we got enough of them. People on the corner, they be dodging and ducking them. He does use another word here that I'm not going to censor, and I've thought about this before I started recording it, and why am I censoring the racial slur but not the sexual slur or sexist slur? And that's because I'm a massive hypocrite. Bitches getting pulled over end up fucking them, for real. And see, now we got these fake cops, they thought he had a gun, blow, made a mistake, cops. I hate cops. He's just explaining the situation of why he hates cops, I suppose, and he is saying, if people were killing them, fair enough, we've got enough of them. This song is very angry, let's put it that way. This song is a reaction to a situation that he was in, and he's putting anger out in the world to get it out of him. His mother said, just go and record a song to get your anger out, and this is it. So, not only though is he getting the anger out, he's going to be explaining why through the verses, just giving people who aren't in the situation he's in, where he's being harassed by the cops because he's black, a view into that world, but also giving people who are in that situation a conduit to feel that anger. Conduit, the right word? Catharsis. We'll get more into that as the song goes on. And we've just heard there, they thought he had a gun, blow, made a mistake. That is absolutely what's happened with ICE recently, with the guy getting shot in the back of the head that they took a gun off him. Oh, he had a gun. They make an excuse up afterwards, and that's not unique to America. That happens in Paris, if you've seen the film La Haine. Racist cops shooting people and then claiming an excuse after the fact. I hate cops. Turn on the TV. Is this another cop busted for illegal business? They're out of control. They're out of their mind. They're pulling you over. They hopping inside. They just know you got drugs and know you got guns. And they know when they're mad when they can't find none. Stupid. Don't you know they invented the stash box? The heat be in it, you need a key to get in it. He's put his gun into a locked box that you need a key to get in, so they can't arrest him for illegal gun ownership. But yeah, he's saying that they're pulling him over for no reason. They know you got drugs and know you got guns. That's the excuse that they're giving. They kept, as we read in the book, they kept calling him a drug dealer when he wasn't. He's calling him stupid because he's learnt some coping mechanisms to get around the drug stops. So anyway, the next line is, any offended people suck my balls. And I think that gets to the heart of this in a way, because he's not saying we should kill the police. He is saying fuck the police, but he's saying it as a righteous anger rather than a statement that this is, that's what I mean. That opening statement isn't inaccurate. He is saying we don't condone violence against law officials, hence why he reinforces it here. If you're offended by this, you're missing the point. This isn't kill the police. This is fuck the police. Then these next three lines, I think, get to the heart of what the use of this song is. And these lines are, all y'all off the wall get stupid dog, don't hold back, don't let go, don't say damn, just say whoa. You can see the environment that this song is being created for in those three lines. This isn't for listening to in the car. This isn't for listening to at home necessarily. This is a public place where there is a wall that people are against and not getting up and dancing. So Dilla at this point is saying, come on, get up, get involved. And don't say damn, just go, whoa, just enjoy this feeling. Get it up. All y'all, get up. And on the count of three, say fuck the police. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, fuck them. It's why I love this track. The NWA song, I was never an NWA guy. I listened to them retrospectively. I get it, but like I love the Dilla version because of that call and response. So that's why this song lands for me, is because it's a celebration, but it's full of anger and catharsis. But it is framed as joyous. Let's go into the second verse. Yeah, don't they know it's dangerous in these streets? Don't you know it's gangs of us that roll deep? Dangerous in these streets and gangs of us that roll deep is such a beautiful multisyllabic rhyme. It's really good. That's really good writing. And I think that's why I get upset that Dilla is never recognised as a rapper and a writer, because that's as good as many, that's as good as any rapper. Like that's, we OGs fill up the whole Jeep. Ill with the flows and ill with the beats. Chilled in the Rover is over Holmes, the whole D's. Yeah, this is just good rapping, again. The reason we hold beams is no peace. So the reason that... I've been watching, because of the ICE thing, I've been watching the Black Panther videos, and they are holding guns as the police approach them. They're just holding guns at them and stating their rights and talking to the police calmly and saying, it's my right to hold a gun. And they are community minded. They're like making sure the police move on and are not harassing people. And with the ICE situation, where the so-called law enforcement are they are dragging people out of their homes and out of their places of work to detain them illegally and ship them off to other countries, all because one mad king and his army of loyal followers decided that that's what should happen. Anyway, in the streets with the police in the street, it's cops that owe people doughs for O's and keys. So he's saying that the cops are drug dealing there. They owe people, and they're not even paying for it. It's more than a beef with the 5-0. In the streets with the 5-0, it's a game of survival, Duke. Now tell me, who protects me from you? I've got people who buy Tex and weed from you. And all I see in the news is cop corruption and people getting popped for nothing and people getting stopped and the cops pull out Glocks and bust them. And then the next line is, you'll need to get shot for nothing. So he's saying, you keep killing us, why aren't you dying in the same manner? This is just gang warfare, but you've been state sanctioned. And I can't disagree. I can. I can disagree. I don't condone murder and violence, but I also don't think that Dilla does because of that opening statement. And that's again why I say I'm taking it at face value, because he never killed a police officer. If he genuinely believes this, why wouldn't he organise a gang and carry out these threats? This song is about releasing that anger, and to a beautiful flute beat. Because all I need is a flute beat and 2 sheets of loose leaf to move me. A toonie. Sorry, that's a classified song with Brother Ollie on it, and it's called "Maybe It's Just Me." And if you like the flow and how the harmony's done and the sucker MCs die before they begun, then I'd like to know if you got the notion. This is what my living in my head is like. It's just lyrics that won't shut up. I've got autism. Y'all need to get shot for nothing, because we don't hold back, we let go. We don't say damn, we just say whoa. And then, this is the only part of the song that annoys me. The only part of that! It doesn't repeat the chorus. You don't get another on the count of 3 say fuck the police. 1, 2, 3, fuck the police. Yeah, fuck them. You get it at the start. You get it in the middle. You don't get it at the end. Whenever I've heard that song, I want it at the end as well, just to like hammer that point home. and really solidify the message. Fuck the police. If you're watching this and you are in the police, what's this like? Because the idea that the police are unnecessary is interesting. And I think that's a larger debate. I don't know enough about sociology to have that debate. Let's be real. I think I've said enough. I think we've got the point. Dilla's a great rapper. Fuck the police, but don't kill them. We learned a lot about omitting the N word from reciting things and how it's possible. And we learnt about love, didn't we? Isn't that the true message of Christmas? I don't fucking know. Anyway, every time I yell, I say J Detroit I to the LLA. His hat comes off, and you can see he was bald. Oh, you can wear it low, like at the cover of Donuts. I just realised that. The cover of Donuts, by the way, is from a music video by MED for Push Comes to Shove that Dilla produced. And Dilla produced so many good songs over the years. We'll talk about them all. If you're new to this video series, I've done 2 before. Please go back and watch those. I'm going to do more. So stick around, like, subscribe, do whatever. And if you've never listened to Dilla, then I would start with Rough Draft. Bye!